What's up everybody, today we're going to be installing a very much needed mod. We're going to be actually installing wheel spacers. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what the current setup looks like just so you guys understand what it looks like. Look at that, literally if you're looking you can see the wheel wells. Yeah, if you look, literally what I want is I want a flush fitment, but as you can see these wheels just disappear into the arches, so I want to go ahead and bring everything out. We went with a 15mm setup all around, so it should make them really nice. So let's go ahead and look at the front. And as you can see, this guy is tucked in there very much so. So we're gonna go ahead and pop them out, like I said, about 15mm. Well, exactly 15mm, because that's what the spacer that we got is for. So we'll go ahead and install those. I already have a video on wheel spacers on my channel for the RS3. It was honestly one of the coolest mods at that time that I did, so I'm sure that when I put them on today, it's gonna be a very much well noticed difference, that once we put it on, it'll be worlds of a difference. So I'm excited to do it. Then eventually down the line, we'll go ahead and lower it. Right now, as I might have said in previous videos, we're gonna lower on probably the AST or the KW Haas kits, height adjustable springs, just so that way we can lower and lower and higher the suspension as we like. That we could lower and higher the car as we like. That way, in the winter we can higher it up, and then in the summer we can go a little bit lower just for that nicer look. So yeah, for today, let's go ahead and install these spacers, and then yeah, we'll get into why I want to do spacers, I guess, and then pros and cons of doing spacers as well. So let's go ahead. So the tools that we're going to be using are pretty straightforward, just like the other video. If you want to go watch a super in-depth video, I'll link it over there or there, whichever one. So it's just going to be basically, we got our spacers right here. We'll unbox them real quick in a second. And then we got our trusty breaker bar, 17mm socket, and we got our trusty jack from Harbor Freight. So we're not lowered yet, like I said, so this is going to be relatively easy to accomplish. You can see we're freaking very high off the ground, so we have plenty of clearance to get the jack under there. Once we're lower, it's going to be a different freaking story, but for right now we got a relatively easy job. So for that, we're also going to be using these guys right here. So these slot in, essentially these BMWs apparently have a jack point that has, apparently these BMWs have a jack point that use these guys right here that you can kind of slot in and make sure that no one's going anywhere. So we'll go ahead and use these, jack up the car. Let's see if we need to jack up one side, but the RS3 was so stiff it freaking lifted the whole thing. So we'll see if this does the same. So for spacers, we went with the Mad we went with the Mad spacers, like I said, 15mm all around. So this kit actually comes with the spacers and the bolts themselves. So don't go installing these without the extended bolts, because you won't have enough engagement for the threads. So that's a very dangerous game that you'll be playing, and then more than likely you'll have stuff that comes off in a very dangerous game once again. So don't do that. Let's go ahead and see what's in this, and don't do that and buy something that's an actual kit that makes it easier for you, so you don't have to go find sourcing stuff that may be too long, too short, or whatever. Just buy something that's a kit like this right here, and you'll be safe, you know, because they've done the testing for you essentially. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and see what's inside. Two sets each actually, so a front and a back. We went 15 all around, so it's like I said, 5 bolts extended, and then the spacers themselves. So the biggest thing for spacers is obviously you have to worry about how far out you want to make the wheel stick out, and then number 2 is making sure that you have the right bolt pattern, and then I guess number 3 is making sure that the center your center hub has the right size. So with the BMWs, I believe it's a 66.6. If not, I'll put the right number right there. And ooh, these are really nice. Wow, you don't typically expect, what the heck? That's interesting. Little piece of, oh, I guess aluminum? I don't know what this is, but it's actually a really nice piece of metal, whatever it is. Like I said, mastery of art and design, if that focuses up. These things are really nice. You can see the machine work on them. Hopefully you can see that, but if not, this thing is really nice. Take my word, It's a very well machined piece of aluminum or steel or whatever this is. For right now, let's go ahead and put these away and make sure that we have all right 15 size spacers, because like I said, 15 all around. So these are 15s, and it even says G chassis right there. So if you guys can read that, it says G chassis, and yeah, this should fit. I basically fit any BMW G80, G82, G83, G81s if you have them. Oh, if G81s if you got them, and G87s these days. So let's go ahead and open up the other box and make sure that we. Oh, no, it does. I don't like these sounds. Here's 15, perfect. 15 for the G chassis, so we're good on that. So yeah, let's go ahead and I guess raise the car and pop these off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, lower the car. First we have to raise the car to go ahead and take off the wheels. Obviously we're gonna go ahead and just crack all the bolts while the car's actually sitting, so we don't have to do that while raised, and then get these wheels off and swapped over. We're gonna go ahead and do the back first. We have you situated so hopefully you can get the best view of how much these actually make the car, how much these actually make the wheel pop out. So hopefully we get a good view. Let's go ahead and raise this car. Like I said, I wanna go ahead and do the back first, and then we'll see where we get at. So let's do that. Like I said, for spacers, we don't want it to actually get seized up. I don't know if you can see me, but hopefully now you can. So for the spacer, we don't want to get seized up onto the actual rotor hat. So we're gonna go ahead and use some anti-seize lubricant. So this essentially, you don't want to get it on the threads of the actual bolts, but we can get it everywhere that's going to be on the faces essentially. So we're gonna just put on a nice little dab on the hub itself, and then yeah, let's go ahead and prep this and then put it on. Oh gosh, my shirt is gonna be wrecked after this, but that's okay. Doing this in hard mode, I guess. Want this to seize anywhere, so put this a generous amount. Hopefully this doesn't come to bite us in the frickin' butt, but this is what we know. So. All right, so there we go. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and close that. All right, the OCD in me is gonna make me do this. I'm gonna go ahead and take the couple extra seconds and move this out of the way. Don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna see these edges and I don't like that. So let's go ahead and clean that. What we see right here, it's gonna be about 140 Newton meters or 101 pound-foot. So let's go ahead and grab our torque wrench and put it to that spec. 101 pound-foot, so we got that set up in our bar here. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so apparently our camera is overheating. I guess that's the beauty of these modern day cameras. They do plenty, but they overheat when it's stupid hot. You can see I'm freaking sweating bullets. So let's go ahead and put a fan there. Hopefully it's not too crazy loud. So let's go ahead and drop this now. I don't know what I ended up on, but basically we got a torque down 101 Newton, 101 pound-foot, 140 Newton meters. So it should be good. Everything, we did it all the way around, star pattern, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and drop it and see what we have. Slowly. All right, so there we have it. And then now that it's on the floor, I'm just gonna hit it once again with, like I said, 101. And it's already tightened, so I don't have to worry about the star pattern, anything. So at least unless if I'm wrong, comment below. Am I wrong? Doesn't matter after it's down and tightened. I'm just checking. Let me know. So yeah, there we have it. 15 mil out. Oh, okay. a lot better than it was. Honestly, I wish. Let's see. Let me go up, get up in the. You'll get my honest first rip. Okay. It's flush. It's literally flush. The edge of the tire is flush with the body. So once we lower it, I think it'll look good. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the front now. So, oh, that doesn't sound good. So we have this side ready to go. Let's go ahead and we already got it loosened. So now we just gotta lift it and pop it off. I forgot on the RS3, since it's all-wheel drive, you've got no resistance. But for this guy, because it is rear-wheel drive, we have no resistance on us. So we have to just remember for next time, don't put it too tight. Because it makes things a lot more difficult when they are. So. I'm making sure that it was all the way. So grab this, and we're already at 101. So if anybody has a trick for these, I guess the trick would just be putting it to the ground, I guess. I guess that's the best way to do it. I'm not gonna put all the way down. I don't know what's chat. Let me know for next time, I guess. 5. All right, there we go. Now we can lower it all the way. Probably shouldn't have done it, but it's always fun to do that. Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at how far we actually got popped out. Okay. Wow. Such a small difference, but makes worlds of a freaking difference. You notice that. Wow, that's incredible. So let's see if I can show you guys my point of view. I don't know if you guys can tell, but from that view, from what you see there, you can see a good view of both. You can see that definitely tucked it in a lot. So let's go ahead, and at this point I just have to do the other side. I'm freaking drenched, but let's go ahead and do the other side, and I'll get back to you once we get a photo shoot. Definitely not today, probably tomorrow or something. We got a meet that we're gonna go tomorrow. That's the main reason I want to do this today. All right, so we installed both sides. It was freaking hot outside today, so the only reason it was really it was more difficult than it should have been is just because it was a little bit warmer than I thought I was expecting it to be. So at the end of the day, it came out pretty good. We'll take a photo shoot tomorrow. So let's jump to tomorrow and then see what it looks like outside. So all complete. Try to get something from this side. You got a little pokey boy. It's pretty good. And then this side, same thing. It's poking out just a little bit. We shouldn't be rubbing when we lower. When we lower it, then we might have to worry about actually rubbing, but for right now we shouldn't rub. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull this out and see if we do tonight. I'll update you guys tomorrow at this point.